Jed, what's coming?
Double homicide, 1 male, 1 female. Killer's male, white, 40s.
Set up a perimeter and tell them we're en route. I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks. Give the man his hand.
The future can be seen.
All we have to run on are the images that they produce.
We see what they see.
There hasn't been a murder in 6 years. There's nothing wrong with the system. It is perfect. I agree.
Murder can be stopped.
Tell me exactly what it is you're looking for.
Flaws. Did we get any false positives? We are arresting individuals who have broken no law.
But they will.
The fact that you prevented it from happening doesn't change the fact that it was going to happen.
The system can't be wrong.
Can you say something, Chief?
No. You're in a lot of trouble, John. I have a warrant in my pocket that says murder.
Don't run.
You don't have to chase me.
From 20th Century Fox.
He set me up. He set me up.
And DreamWorks Pictures.
Who's the victim? I've never heard of him, but I'm supposed to kill him in less than 36 hours.
He's coming here to get her.
Tom Cruise.
I need your help. If you contain information, I need to know how to get at it.
In a Steven Spielberg film.
I have to know. I have to find out what happened in my life. You tell me, who was it that set this up?
I don't know.
How about now?
On June 21st. Everybody runs.
I love you.
No time.
Minority Report.
And the companies you trust, the ones making the phones and the apps, they are the miners. They are rushing to strip mine your nervous system because the Pentagon is paying top dollar for the ore. You want receipts? Here they are. Rand Corporation, the same think tank the military has used since the Cold War, published a report in 2020 called The Internet of Bodies, Opportunities, Risks, and Governance. Report number RR-3226. They confirm the Internet of Bodies is real, it is growing, and there are almost no rules governing it. That is Rand saying this, not some guy on the internet. IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, has a real standard for it. IEEE 802.15.6. It is the protocol for wireless body area networks. They are literally standardizing how to connect devices on, in, and around your body. Your body is a network node. That's the technical term they use. Raytheon BBN Technologies, yes, the same Raytheon that builds missiles, was involved in a body area network research project called GNOME. That study has 108 citations. Defense contractors are building the hardware to turn your body into a data terminal. A survey in the IEEE Internet of Things journal in 2021, cited 113 times, maps out in-body, on-body, and off-body communication channels. They are treating your flesh like infrastructure. And what is the data feeding? DoD Directive 3000.09, updated in 2023, governs autonomous AI weapon systems. That is the endpoint of the pipeline. Your scroll data, your biometrics, your brain activity, it all flows into systems designed for military-grade prediction and control. It is the data broker loophole. The Fourth Amendment says the government needs a warrant to search you. But the government found a workaround. They don't need a warrant if they just buy the data. So they pay the brokers, they pay the tech giants, they buy the location history that shows where you sleep, where you work, and who you meet. They buy the browsing history that shows what you fear and what you believe. They are feeding all of this into the AI to build a predictive model of the human population. They are creating a prison that you can't see because it is built out of probability. They know what you will buy, who you will vote for, and when you will break. You are not the customer. You are the raw material. They are taking the real you, breaking it down into data points, and using it to build a digital puppet that they can control. And once the simulation is perfect, once the digital twin matches the real you one-to-one, they don't need to guess anymore. They just pull the strings on the twin, and the real you dances. Stop feeding the machine. Stop training your replacement. You think you are helpless. You think you are just a victim of these massive companies and their invisible tech. You think because they have the lawyers and the lobbyists, they hold all the cards. You are wrong. They made a fatal mistake. When they decided to pulse your nervous system, when they decided to trespass on your biofield without your consent, they didn't just hurt you. They contracted with you. In law, a trespass is a contract. If I walk into your house and break your furniture, I owe you a debt. It doesn't matter if I signed a piece of paper. The violation is the signature. The injury is the agreement to pay. These companies are walking into your mind, breaking your focus, and stealing your data. That is a commercial transaction. And right now, they are in default. So how do you collect? You don't go to their courts. You don't go to the District of Columbia and ask a judge who works for the club to save you. That is their jurisdiction. That is their game. You will lose every time because you are playing in their casino. You have to change the venue. You have to take them out of their system and bring them into ours. You form an assembly. You gather with the other men and women in your community, not as citizens subject to their statutes, but as living people with standing. You create your own jurisdiction. Then you bring them to arbitration. You serve them a notice of liability. You list the violations. You list the patents. You list the damages. You tell them, you trespassed on my property, my body and my mind, and this is the fee schedule. And you have the evidence to back it up. You cite US Patent 6506148B2, nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. You cite US Patent Application 20230225659A1, biosignal sensing through earbuds that read your brain waves. You cite the 2025 study in Frontiers in Cardiovascular Medicine, PubMed 400078868, showing smartphone radiation clumps your blood cells in 5 minutes. You cite the 2021 ruling in EHT versus FCC, where the DC Circuit Court called the FCC's safety guidelines arbitrary and capricious for ignoring non-thermal biological harm. The court said the FCC knew and looked away. That is judicial proof of negligence. You point out that the FCC's SAR standards only measure heating. They do not measure biofield disruption. They do not measure nervous system entrainment. They do not measure blood cell aggregation. The NIH recognized the biofield as real in 1992. It is a mesh term at the National Library of Medicine. The FCC pretends it does not exist, so the industry can keep operating without liability. That gap between what science knows and what regulators enforce, that is your cause of action. Their terms of service? Void. When the initial agreement was based on concealed harm, that is fraud in the inducement. Fraud vitiates everything. Their mandatory arbitration clause dies with the contract. You don't need their permission to hold them accountable in your own venue. And here is the secret they don't want you to know. Under the Federal Arbitration Act, a private arbitration award is binding. If they don't answer, they default. If they don't rebut the affidavit, they admit the guilt. You don't need their permission to hold them accountable. You just need the process. Stop begging them to stop. Stop waiting for a politician to save you. They are all on the payroll. The only person who can save you is you. Organize your assembly. Issue the notice. Run the arbitration. Turn their violation into your compensation. They want to treat you like a product? Fine. Send them the bill.